key to recession-proof your business. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what the economy is going to do, but I do know this. After being self-employed for over 25 years and running TW3 here for over 14 years now, I do know one thing. Economies go up and go down. There's good times, there's bad times, there's times of plentiful and times of sort of lean. And if you've been in business, if you've been in life, you know that. And we live in a time period in 2022 right now where, financially people are under a little stress. Gas costs, good night, what it costs to fill up your car anymore. Food prices, everything is going up. And the prophets of doom are saying, well, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Who knows what's going to happen? I only know the person who knows what's going to happen. And that's all I care about. But I do know this. We do need to be prudent. We do need to be wise as individuals and as people that own businesses potentially, to prepare for the good and the bad. And so there is a key to recession-proof your business. And the reason I know this is because TW3 was started during the Great Recession of 07-08. That's what birthed this particular business now, facing all of those obstacles and all of those problems that I personally had in my own individual business and trying to rebuild. And what you see today in TW3 with all the solutions we provide, with all of the strategies that we have, with all of the systems that we put in place and equip others with, that is the fruition, that is the fruit, that is the birthing of me trying to solve one problem after another as I faced them. So there is a key to recession-proof your business. I can tell you from experience. And that key is simply one thing and one thing only. You got to have a need solved. If a need is solved in your product, good, or service, then you are going to be able to recession-proof your income, whether you're an employee or your business, whether you're an employer. Either way, if you are solving a need, you are going to be recession-proof. We know this just looking back on 2020. What happened? The whole world was shut down. But what? The essential workers. Now, what is essential? Those who solve a need that has to be solved for life to continue. And so I'm telling you today, if you can align yourself with solving a need that has to be solved regardless of what's going on in the economy and the politics and society and all the other things, you are going to recession-proof your business, your income, your livelihood. So, but it's not just as simple as saying, well, I solve a need, because what happens a lot of times, we as individuals, we as business owners, we as people, we have a false sense of what our solution, our product, our system, whatever, we have a false sense of, well, the importance of it. I do as well. I mean, the reason you do what you do is because you feel like it's important. But I want to challenge you on three elements here. Number one, the need that it solves, is it perceived by the general populace? In other words, it doesn't have to be sold. Oh, I absolutely got to have that or life doesn't go on. So for you to have a need that you solve, it has to be perceived. It doesn't have to be something that I have to sell someone on. I don't have to convince them. They get it. Oh, food. I've got to have food, to live. I've got to have shelter. So is it perceived? Number two, is it practical? Sometimes we can solve needs that are perceived. In other words, I know that this is something I've got to have, but because it's not a practical need right now, it gets prioritized. Well, when the economy comes back around, or when times get better, or when this happens, I will get involved. I face this a lot in insurance. I believe everyone under the sound of my voice needs and should have life insurance. The needs that life insurance and financial planning will provide you, your family, the tax shelters, the tax advantages, the deferment, just the actual insurance component alone, all of the various things that life insurance provides is a need. But one of the things we always sort of joked about is everybody will pay their premiums every month until the transmission goes out or the water heater goes out or something else in the house happens, and all of a sudden there's a practical demand on the limited resources and funds, and all of a sudden you find, how much the perceived practical need that that product or service offers actually has. So if you want to recession-proof your income, your business, your systems, your product, make sure it's perceived and doesn't have to be sold, and make sure it's practical. And finally, make sure it's priced to where it can be afforded, because keep in mind, in times of leanness, in times of recession, in times of downturns, one of the most sought after things is that limited resource of money. So if your need is providing a perceived practical solution, but it doesn't, in other words, the solution provides a practical and perceived need, but it's not priced accordingly, it could undergo some contractions. So there is a Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs chart that I always look at. And anytime I'm thinking about starting a campaign, offering a product, I always try to frame my product in a hierarchy of importance based on this chart. In other words, even if I was selling life insurance or if I was selling anything else, I would start at the psychological needs that this thing provides immediately. For instance, your most basic need is the psychological need, and then it goes up to safety, and then goes up to social, and then esteem needs and self-actualization. Those are the categories that Maslow says that we all have, need to have fulfilled. So those are our hierarchy of needs. But my product has got to prioritize, this is the psychological need it meets, this is the safety needs it meets, this is the social needs. If you will pay attention to sometimes the way I present even my own products here at TW3, I go right down that line, because I want, in times of leanness or in times of abundance, I want people to understand where my product fits and how it helps in this area, because whether they are self-aware enough of knowing what's going on, my product or service hits every one of those. And so when you break it down of all of these hierarchies of needs, there is one common denominator that if you will hit on, and this is how I help, it hits all 5 categories, and that's money. See, if you solve the money problem for people, then food, shelter, clothing, well, that's provided for. Their safety needs, living in a place, being able to be protected, that's provided for. Their need to be able to connect with other people and be able, they got money to go out, they got money to go on vacations, they got money to do things. If you solve the money problem, you can solve the esteem needs. They can start mastering a class, developing skills, developing something, more self-development. If they got money, then they can get into that highest pinnacle of needs, which is that self-actualization, where they can actually grow even greater and improve their beauty, their morality. They can transcend where they're at and actually go to another complete total level. But it all starts with having resources to do that, and money. And no matter where you might be today, hey, I've done well financially and I've got this amount of money coming in, but I need more to be able to go to this next level. Money solves all 5 levels of these needs. Well, how does TW3 solve the money issue? There are 3 categories that we focus on all the time. And these categories is how we're able to help other folks just like you, just like me, in times of leanness, in times of abundance. We solve the money issue. Number 1, and it starts with that, basic need, job, a way to improve your income. So we offer people flexible job opportunities, jobs that meet their skill sets, jobs that meet their availability, jobs that meet their income goals. We start there because that's the basic need. If you don't have a meaningful way that you can predictably say, this is the income I'm getting, then life is hard. It's hard to go up that Maslow's hierarchy. It just is. And so we start there. Do you need a job today? Or do you need extra income? Do you need to stabilize your career right now because you might be in a career path right now that you don't know what tomorrow holds if things keep contracting to the way they are? Maybe some bureaucrat somewhere in far away, D.C., doesn't say that you are an essential employee, and all of a sudden politics change, or this happens and things shut down, or this happens, or who knows what's going to happen. I mean, I would have never thought we could have gone through what we've just been through in 2020, 2021. But we did, didn't we? And so that tells me I've got to have more control over my career. I've got to have more control over my life. I've got to have the ability to bob and weave and duck and dive based, on what my needs are, and not based on what the benevolence of some bureaucrat gives me. So do you have the ability to earn the income you need, want, desire, and can afford? You might have a great job right now, but it's not where you want to be. Well, we've got a way that you can work on your schedule, your availability, your priorities, and start earning that. So that's the first thing. We solve the money issue with just employment, income. Okay. And then the second thing is, we solve it for new customer acquisition. Maybe you are a business owner out there right now, or you are an independent salesperson right now, but times are lean and it's not as easy to acquire new customers. Facebook, LinkedIn, Google ads, all of these ways that people used to spend a little money to get customers, new leads, if you will. Well, they've just skyrocketed, and quite frankly, they're not as effective anymore because everybody's doing it. Well, that's one of the ways that we're able, whether you're a restaurant, retail, standalone person, if you have a product or service, or if you have a business, I've always said this, you got to have leads. If you don't have leads, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. And so that's how we solve the money issue for existing business owners. And whether you're an independent person that is looking for ways to earn income, or you're an existing business owner, we offer affordable solutions that would cost you 3 and 4 times as much if you went out and did it on your own. We package it, put it together, have all of these solutions for you. So that's the way we solve the money problem. And if we solve the money problem, we have found over the last 14 years now that we solve that hierarchy of needs that people have in good and bad times. And if we can solve that, we can recession proof someone's income. We can recession proof their business. We can recession proof their livelihood. So what does it mean to have a flexible job opportunity? Well, we offer people that want the ability to work from home, so you don't have to travel. That cuts down on gasoline costs and all the other parking expenses and all of the other things that go into commuting. You can work from home in our systems. We offer hourly and commission-based opportunities to work from home. We realize that there are people that it takes a little bit to get up to speed to do full production, full commission base. And so in our elite membership, we offer the hourly component as well, so that they can be paid up to $40 an hour to work from home, to do work for other companies that are looking for remote opportunities. And these opportunities we offer, it's proven. This isn't some sort of, well, we think this is work. This isn't some philosophical thing that we just threw up on a whiteboard and said, hey, this makes sense in writing, it should work. We've been doing this for 14 years. With hundreds of people that are still active today, thousands of customers, and hundreds that you hear from on a weekly basis that are doing this, using our tools, using our platform, using our system to do any type of business in any type of industry they want in their terms. So that basic fundamental need that people have to recession proof, and that is their ability to earn income, job number 1, we solve it. New customers for that existing business, that retail restaurant owner out there, that independent salesperson, that insurance broker and agent, that real estate broker or agent, that person out there that knows the value of new life, blood in their pipeline. That is those new customers. Well, we offer them the access to over 225 million opted in, filtered and scrubbed data leads, which means they don't have to go out and beat the bushes on day one. We've got a list of people waiting on them, and then we give them a way to monetize those leads through various marketing incentive offers that they get paid to offer them incentives to come try their products. Hey, come into Manny's Italian restaurant tomorrow, and for the first 10 people that respond to this, we're going to give you up to $25 in free gasoline. Now, boom, boom, shake the room. They're going to give people gasoline. They're going to get paid to give those gasoline vouchers away, and they're going to get people in their restaurant. See, that is how we're able to help independent people start monetizing lead acquisitions. We flip the script for business owners. Rather than paying for leads, we show them how to get paid for the leads that they're using for their own existing business. And then we have a database of targeted, interested leads already engaged in people. And we can say, hey, start a campaign over here, and we guarantee you're going to get so many clicks, and we show you that out of the 100 clicks we guarantee you're going to get, we get about 25 conversions. So if I'm spending, let's say 50 cents a click on 100 clicks, that's $50. Well, statistically speaking, we get 2 to 25 conversions. Well, that ought to tell you right now what your numbers are. So we're able to help existing business owners and independents get new customers cheap. We're also able to help both the independent business owners and the people that are wanting to start a business or start a side hustle or take control of their income and career. We're able to offer them business solutions to get them started, a suite of various software systems that they got to have, a strategy and support on how to use it, because you can buy software anywhere, but a strategy on how to use it and putting it together in a complete system so that it works for you now. It does one thing for you and one thing only. It makes you money. Money that's up to $40 an hour. Money that's $750 to $18,000 per sale you make. And money that is $75 per client that you help in residual income. Now, so that you understand, so this becomes real to you, let me give you a real world example of a recent client that we just brought on a few months ago. 2 or 3 months ago, new rep came on, elite member. He has 10 new clients that he just brought on. Now, with our system, you're going to make anywhere from $750 to $18,000, but I want to be very conservative. Let's just say on average, over those 10 clients, he earned $1,000 commission, which he actually earned way more than that, but I want to be conservative for round numbers to give you an example. You get in the business, you start this career path, or you start implementing these tools with your existing business. Here's some income streams that you're going to be able to have. With just your first 10 clients, let's say if it's an average of $1,000 you earn, which you can earn way more than that, but an average of $1,000, that means you made $10,000 in new business commissions. That meant that you made $750 a month in residual income. That means in your first year of business, okay, investing in as little as $20 a month, your first year of business, this client here made $19,000. If he doesn't make another sale, he's going to make that $19,000 in new business, and every year thereafter, he's making a $9,000, because that's what out of that $19,000, $9,000 of that is that residual income component. He's going to make $9,000 in residual income. That's just on the first 10 clients. Now, if you generate hundreds of leads a week in our system, and you close 2 or 3, let's say just 2 a week, and you're making on average 1,000, which you're going to make more than that, but I'm just wanting to be conservative. I want to give you the numbers right away. All of a sudden, you can start your first month of business, 10 clients, your second month of business, another 10 clients, your third month of business, 30 clients, your fourth month, 50. Let's just double that right now. That's 2 months. Triple that, that's 3 months. If you have a goal of 10 clients each month, think about the numbers and the residual and compounded business and income you can start creating to recession-proof your career and your income by doing this. And so to break this down even more, you're saying, oh, well, this is just pie. No. We give you every tool that you're going to have, whether you start with us or not. If you're going to be in business in 2022 and on, if you're going to have anything that you work from home, these tools that you see on your screen right now, you got to have. And if you go out and buy it from the other guys, if you bought all of them, that's $3,700 a month that you're spending. If you bought it from us a la carte individually, that's still $1,800 and plus a month. But you become a member, let's say it's the elite, it's as little as $0 down, and it could be as low as $20 a month with no interest. That's the power of having these tools. You can get these packages, like I said, from anywhere from $0 down to $297. It's based on credit, but you're going to have every tool you need, every system you need, every component you need to service every industry that you could think of. This is how you recession-proof your business. This is how you recession-proof your income. This is how you start creating a way, because you're solving needs. And the fundamental need on everything that's perceived, that's practical, and that's priced accordingly. Everybody knows. I don't have to convince anybody on this webinar today. I don't have to convince anybody that you could do better in your money situation. It doesn't matter if you make $500,000 a year, you could do better. It doesn't matter if you're not making any. Everybody on here knows I could stand it if I earned some more money, especially with the cost of living right now, the cost of gas, the cost of food, the cost of everything has gone up exponentially. So there's nobody here, there's nobody you'll ever talk to that doesn't perceive the fact that they have a practical need, that they've got to get things priced right. And so when you solve the money problem, you solve the problem that everyone has. And the way you solve people's money problems is you give them the ability to earn income. You give them the ability to do better with the income streams that they currently have in their job. And you give them systems, softwares, and strategies to put in place so that they're not out there by themselves. They're not out there trying to figure this out. But you can go get WordPress for free. You can go over here and get a CRM for free. You can go over here and get an opt-in form for free. You can go over here. But how do you put it together? And then once you put it all together, how do you monetize it in a way that's going to be offering products, goods, and services that people need, want, desire right then in that economy? That's where our 14 years of business and having contracts already with every type of business you can think of and every type of industry you can think of. Everybody needs gas. Everybody needs food. It doesn't matter where they're at. Right now, you could be offering those things and giving it away to people for free and getting paid for it. That's the power of having not only the software, not only the strategy, but the complete system that we offer. And you say, well, God, I can't afford this. If you can afford $0 to as much, the most it's going to cost you is $297. And that means if you've got, I am bankrupt, my FICO score is sub 400, I have no credit, then the most this would cost you is $297 down. But for the average person, it's going to be between $0 and $297. You're going to get a complete system in place with all the software you need and the training with the strategies on how to use all of these components that even if you didn't have the support, even if you didn't have the strategies, you were still saving thousands of dollars a month just to have them in place if you didn't have all that. But we add all that. So we put you in a position that right now, no matter what happens tomorrow, if the economy explodes and goes back up the way it should, we hope, we want, then you're just making that much more. But if the economy goes even softer, you're able to have something in your hands that is a real, practical, perceived, priced right solution that people can say, yeah, I need to earn more. I'm an existing business owner and I need to be able to help get more people in here. Or I'm an individual and I have no means, method, or methodology to be able to do better than what I'm doing. You've got something in your hand that is costing you as little as $0 and as little as $20 a month to start a business that would make you more if you went out and spent $500,000 or more on a McDonald's franchise. You know, the average franchise owner of McDonald's only makes around $80,000 to $120,000 a year, latest study showed, and you're going to spend $500,000, $1 million or more to buy the opportunity to own that so that you can earn that. And what we're talking about today, I've got folks on this webinar today that could tell you they're making $5,000 to $10,000 a week or more with our system, and they literally invested as little as $0 and as little as $20 a month to have that opportunity. That's what we're talking about. And that's how you recession proof your income. That's how you guard against the nonsense. And that's how you take control of your income and not waiting on the benevolence of the bureaucrat in far, far crazy land that says, well, this is what we're going to do for them, or this is how we're going to help them. No, no, no. You help yourself. Because I guarantee you, no one cares more about your income. No one cares more about your welfare. No one cares about your tomorrow more than you. Let's take your questions. All right, all right, all right. So, man, the lights are dim in here. Anyway, so I hope some of that helped you understand a little bit about the value proposition that you've been presented maybe by some of our reps or some of our podcasts or some of the content that's been coming. We've been doing this. This July 4th is our 14th year in business. And so, yeah, thank you, Gary. Thank you. And Gary's been with me out of this 14 years. How long have you been with me now, Gary?
What about 7, 8 years?
8 years. So he's been here a while, so he can tell you it's been a fun ride. And boy, do we look completely different than we did when we first started out. I mean, the solutions we have now is just amazing. When Gary and I was just doing it, it was just WordPress and what else was there? Oh, there's a dialer and some opt-in forms. And, you know, and we still use those to this day. I mean, some of you guys probably got a text from me saying, come join us. Well, that was one of their systems. The reason I got your information is because you came into an opt-in form at some point. That's some of our systems. The reason you've been dripped on and had information sent to you in your name talking about what things are going on in your town, that's our system. I'm one person, but I have thousands of people I touch, just like Gary and Chris and Lori and several others on here today. So now's a great time. I'm telling you, I was reading an article, Wall Street Journal yesterday, and it was talking about this and talking about that, and everybody's wanting to be a soothsayer and a prophet and all this, and they sort of act like they know what's going to happen. Who knows what's going to happen? But I can tell you this, when you have some of these tools in place and you have the capacity to get in front of as many people as you want, and then you have an inventory, because that's what our referral marketing, I didn't mention it in this webinar, but what our referral marketing package is in our elite membership, it is literally thousands and thousands of different products, goods, and services that are represented by hundreds of different companies in hundreds of different industries. And so I don't have to say, oh, hang my head and say, I'm in this business right now and this industry is down because the economy is doing that. No, 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 no. I just have to look and say, okay, what's selling right now in this economy, in this environment? Oh, that's what it is. Okay, let me go get it. And just grab it off the shelf. And then I put it out there with these tools, because at the end of the day, these tools work in any economy. It's just the product might have to switch out from time to time. And that's the power of being in this position. And that's the advantage of it.
Well, hey, when you have leads contacting you, that's just a game changer right there. You're not, beating down the walls, trying to get to the gatekeeper, banging your head against the wall. When you have people responding to a advertising piece that we put out, it just automatically puts you into a whole nother different world, there. And so it just makes it a lot more refreshing, in the business day. Just people are trying to track you down, because they're interested in what you have to offer, what you have to sell, what services you have available, there. So, yeah.
And Gary, how does your psychology change internally in yourself between talking to someone that you chase down and trying to get their attention and someone that's chasing you down, trying to, get on your calendar? How does that change your posture?
Hey, I mean, years ago, I used to calling leads all the time, following up, hitting answer machines, trying to hustle. I mean, man, after I finished working, man, I felt felt it that day, every single day. I was on the grind. I'm sure a lot of people know what I'm talking about right here. But
Mhm.
when I switched over to this, when you have people, tracking you down, then then you're in a situation where you have people waiting in line to talk to you. Okay, so it automatically changes the psychology and the work day, and then you really can focus on helping people, to and fine tune your skills and crafts and stuff like that. So we're using these tools and training and technology to be able to do that. But hey, it's definitely refreshing in the business day. When you
Yeah.
can have people that are just waiting to talk to you. I mean, think about that. That's just you don't hear about that, right?
No.
That's just a very small little percentage of people that have that skill set and can be able to offer that and show people how to do that. And that's what we do here.
Yeah.
We show people to do exactly that. This is an education. Make no mistake, this is not a genie in a bottle, as we've said, many different times.
What?
This is real deal, right? Real
Yeah.
business, real services, real products, real training, real effort, real reputation, all
Yeah.
the ingredients necessary to be in business successfully, 1,000%. Yeah.
And how long have you been in sales?
Me, I've been in sales 25 plus years. So yeah.
Okay. And do you find it? I find it, but don't you think, at least in my opinion, my close rate exponentially goes up when the client is pursuing me versus I'm pursuing the client. I mean, the closing rate is just night and day, because if they took the time out to chase me down, to get on my calendar, to speak to me, after me doing the Chris Miller method, which is go away, go away, go away the whole time through.
Chris says, I don't want to do business with you. Tell me why I should do business with you. So, hey.
Exactly. You tell me why I should sell to you. But
they don't teach that in sales and marketing, Terry. They teach you go over the close 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You get the close, then you give it back. I mean,
twist their arm until they can't take it no more. Yeah.
Well, they self-close themselves here. So that's, a unique term, there. So.
Well, and it goes back to, I think, fundamentally, what we solve is people's money issue. You learn these skill sets, then you have solved your money issue. And money is, like I showed in that presentation, it solves all 5 hierarchies of needs. No matter where you're at on the hierarchy of need, if you've got money, you're going to, because I'm not teaching the love of money. I'm teaching that money is a resource to get you what you want and need and love, right? If I need connection with people, well, it's hard to connect with people when I'm always out there on the grind and always working and nonstop. All I do is 9 to 5 all day. Well, that cuts down on my social life, and that cuts down on my family life. It cuts down on the things that I want in that need. But if I solve that money issue, and how do we solve it? By learning these tools. If you learn these tools, you learn these techniques, you learn these strategies, then, wisdom is what brings the wealth. It's not some pill, thrill, lotion, or potion. It's not, like you said, that genie in a bottle. It's learning how to use these various tools and components, and then it solves that problem.
Oh, yeah. Well, what I tell people also just recently, there's so many different things that, we have available here. So I just highlight 4 of them, right? One of them would be reselling our platform, making $750, $1,000, $1,750 per sale per client. We have formulas to make $1,000 a day doing that by itself, standalone, just by itself. And then we have our referral marketing partners, where you can transfer leads and you're making money without selling something, just transferring a lead, and over 1,000 different campaigns that we have available here too as well. And then we also have the marketplace products, okay, where that can be promoted. And so those would be some highlighted ones there. There's a lot more. We have the residual income component, there without question. So you're not only earning big commissions when you're, making sales and stuff like that, but then you have income coming into the future, in the months ahead, the years ahead. I have clients that have been with me 5, 6 years. We have an 82% retention rate here. So, which means 82% of the time people keep the services because it's benefiting them in some way. And so, then you have that residual pay coming into the future because you got to be thinking about the future.
Yes.
Okay. Not just what you did today with the client, and you want to monetize that client many different ways under one umbrella, like we have here in one sandbox that we teach and train on. So, that's why the train, years ago when you put the training into numerical order, that was a really big game changer there. So somebody can actually just go step by step, there. So
yeah. Go to step 2, learn that. Go to step 4, go to step 6. Yeah. Those different steps that we take people along the way. And Gary touched on something, guys, here that I probably should have emphasized more in my presentation, which is because the context here is recession proof. And one of the greatest recession proof elements you can have into your income strategy and your business strategy is residual. And there's multiple ways we teach you how to build a residual income component to your income. One is, as an elite member, every time you bring a client on, you get $75 every client you bring on. But 2, you have access to the marketplace. Every one of those tools over in the marketplace are subscription-based tools. This client over here needs a phone system. This client over here needs an email system. This client over here needs a customer relationship management system. There's these various software components. Well, some of them cost $20, some of them cost $500 a month. It depends on the complexity of what it is. But every one of them is 50% commissionable to you, which means when that client is paying $20, $30, $50 a month for this software component that they've got to have, that they have got to have if they're going to be in business, okay? There's not a restaurant out there that don't have a phone. There's not a restaurant out there that doesn't have some. There's not a retail. You got to have them, okay? Our components are priced very aggressively. So you are at the same price or lower than the competitor, and you're getting 50% of the commission. So if you go out and sell 10 pieces of software, let's say, and those software pieces, that's just for round numbers, are $2,000 a month, then that's $1,000 a month that you're making from there on out, and you're selling it to a market that once you've sold it, it's sold. And that is how you can really buff it and build a wall around your income on downturns and stuff.
Yeah, and then we also show you how many deals you need to be doing per week to get X amount of income. You want 25,000 a year in residual income coming in. We're going to map it out exactly, specifically on a spreadsheet. There's no hidden secret.
Yeah.
Okay. We show you. It's just a question if somebody, hey, that's what they want to do. Everybody has their own number. They're going to work hard until they make that money per week or per month, right? Mm-hmm. So we don't hold you back. We support you. Encourage you if you want to go straight to the top. There's a pathway to do that. But like been talking about, there's work. Okay. Yeah. Put effort, activity breeds results, bottom line. So, yeah.
And I don't know what motivates you out there. People are motivated by different things. My oldest son, he's motivated by the carrot. So if he can earn more, he's going to work more. My middle son, River, he's motivated by the stick. He's got to fear that stick coming at him. He don't want to get hit, so he moves that way. But whichever one motivates you, use that to your advantage and say, oh, the big bad thing is about to happen. I got to go and do something, or I can go toward this and I can have this, whatever it is, but get that in front of you so you're motivated to do.
And then also what Chris Miller said years ago at a conference still rings true today in 2022. The people that are associated with this platform are by far the best I've ever seen in a community that's working online, autonomously, remotely. You just don't run across this kind of community, this kind of caliber of people, this kind of, attention to, just wanting to help people across the board. So I just want to echo what Chris said, years ago. And he told me 3 different times at the conference, Terry, 2018, he goes, no, Gary, I'm telling you, you just don't see this kind of community. Told me multiple times. And I went, you know what? I take it for granted. I go, yeah, no, you're 1,000% correct. The community is, is very strong as it was back then as it is today. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's absolutely 100% correct. And that's one I was going to interject there a little bit ago. But what keeps us coming is the group. right? I learn something from the group all the time, and I mean, I learn from Gary all the time. I learn from Terry. I learn from Lori. I learn from Larry Dodson, right?
My future
He doesn't
neighbor.
say a lot, but what he says, that dude's got some wisdom in there when he says it.
He does. He does.
He don't waste words.
I learn from all sorts of people all the time. And I tell you what, if you're not learning, man, I don't know what you're doing, but there's so much going on. And I'll tell you something else. I also caught on to something you misspoke a minute ago there, Terry, where you said when the recessions are coming, nobody knows what's going to happen. But that's not true, because I know what's going to happen. I know that I'm going to be fine because of what TW3 has done for me in my business. I know that I got a 4-prong attack to stay alive in a recession. I can sell your products. I can sell my products. I can get residual income on your system. I can get residual income from mine. And if none of that, I got a 5th line where I can sell other people's stuff that are in our RMPs. Yeah. So no matter what, when you put that kind of power behind you, you're recession proof.
Absolutely.
And what Chris just said, all you have to do, if you're on here and you don't have a lot of marketing experience or sales experience, it's okay. Get into our system and start and just sell one of our packages. And we give you the nuts and the bolts to be able to build yourself up, okay, step by step. So we don't even leave people that are, if you could turn a computer on, copy and paste, minimal stuff, and you have a little bit of discipline, those are just the basic skills you would need starting off. And then you could turn into Chris Miller right there.
Build yourself up being whoever you want to be in whatever industry you want to be.
That's right.
The tools give you the power.
That's exactly right. Now, that's exactly right. If you've got the right tools and you've got the right means or direction to use those tools, because I love what Chris has just expanded on here. The beautiful thing is, he knows what's going to happen if the recession hits because he's got opportunity. I just don't know what it's going to look like, but I know I'm going to be fine because I know a recession does one thing. It creates problems. And for the entrepreneur, that's like blood in the water for a shark. Hey, I smell something.
If you have one income stream, that's where you're going to have a problem.
That's where you're going to get hurt. That's where you're going to hurt. But if you have your business, your income in control of yourself, and you have these tools to bob and weave and go in any direction you need. Because if you'll notice something here, guys, if you're on tonight, notice we're not here ringing the bell for you need to get in the insurance business, or you need to get in the real estate business, or you need to get in the health and wellness business, or you need to get in the financial planning business. Listen, all of those are great businesses. Every single one of them. I got friends in all of them. They're making tons of money. They'll continue to make tons of money. I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm telling you what you need to do is get equipped to do whatever you want to do in any direction you want. And here's the tools on how you do it. Because it's not the business that brings the benefit. It's the tools that puts you in those businesses that brings the benefit. And how? It gives you that unlimited leads that's coming in. You could be, I'm probably one of the worst salespeople out there, but a blind squirrel to find an acorn every once in a while. And I've just gotta find enough acorns, right? And so the more acorns I can run across, I'm going to finally get something. I'm not greenbacks. I can't just look at you and say, here's my money, Gary. But that's okay. Man, I don't have to be. I can be me. You know what I'm saying? But if you got to put yourself in a position that you can prosper, and the way you do that is one opportunity after the next. I might be the worst batter on the team, but just give me enough pitches and I'll hit something eventually. Okay. Right? And that's what these tools do.
I manage 1,000 to 2,000 leads a week myself, just using this system and tools and education that I have to be able to create that and manage that and run that. That's not a small feat, there. So, it's just a testament of what this system can do, for you. So, yeah.